Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to continue with our quick play football using Mike Seelock's 2-minute drill. 64 teams from the first 32 Super Bowls. This is bracket number 3. We've already completed brackets 1 and 2. Those videos are up on the channel and you can watch them at your leisure. And this is the football championship tournament. A clash of Super Bowl participants from Super Bowl 1 to Super Bowl 32 from the 1966 Green Bay Packers up to the 1997 Denver Broncos. Can a 4-time runner-up like the Vikings or Bills find redemption, or will the power teams such as the Packers, Steelers, and Cowboys stand upon the podium at the conclusion of this fantastic tournament? So grab a drink, a snack, and pull up a chair, and let's find out together who will be the 1 out of 64. And again, we are in bracket 3. And brackets 1 and 2 have been complete, as I stated. You can see them up on the channel. So our first matchup will be the San Diego Chargers from 1994, who were crushed by the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. They were 11-5. They'll take on the Oakland Raiders of 1980, led by Jim Plunkett and company. Plunkett had taken over for an injured Dante Pastorini. And the Raiders would be the first wild card team to win a Super Bowl when they defeated the Eagles. And let's get the ball roller going here. There we go. All right, so our first matchup, the Chargers of 94 taking on the Raiders of 1980. The first role, if you're unfamiliar with this game, is a defensive role. So if we had rolled, say, an 11 for the Chargers, we look at their defense. That means the Raiders scored 6 points off the Chargers' defense and vice versa. So the first roll will be defense. The second roll will be offense. The Chargers' dice are blue and yellow. The Raiders, black and white. We roll for defense. Chargers defense, Junior Seau and company, a 62, so we go to their defensive card, 62. The Raiders get 13 points. So the Raiders score 13 points off the Chargers defense. Plunkett to Chandler, and then 2 bar field goals. And now the Raiders defense, 56. Can the Chargers answer the 13 points? 56. They can only muster a field goal and 3 points. So after the defensive rolls, the 1980 Raiders are looking good, 13-3. Chargers and Stan Humphries will need a big result. I want to say Natron Means was the running back. Need a huge result on offense. We roll for the O and see who shall advance here in bracket 3. Chargers looking for the upset, a 44 on offense. Can Humphries do it? A 44, that's 16 points. 16 points for the 94 Chargers, 19-13, but here's the roll result for the Raiders of 1980. That's a 15. Oh my Lord! The Raiders are shut out on offense, and the Chargers advance in a shocker. Jim Plunkett and the Raiders, the Super Bowl champions of 1980, are out. Stan Humphries and the Chargers advance. They make up for being crushed by Steve Young and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Wow, 19-13, the Chargers beat their West Coast rivals, the Raiders. Let's just double check that 15 once again. That is a 0. The Raiders are shut out on their offensive roll. So the Chargers shall advance. Let's just do a copy paste. And let's just bring that right over here. Now we move on to the next game. And it'll pit the 1985 New England Patriots, who were crushed by the Chicago Bears in a Super Bowl all of us Patriots fans would like to forget, in New Orleans, against the 1978 Pittsburgh Steelers. New England, with Tony Eason at quarterback, as Steve Grogan got hurt, had an excellent running game with Tony Collins and Craig James and Mosey Tutupu. Fryer and Stanley Morgan, the wideouts, and a very good defense led by Andre Tippett and many, many more. The Steelers by 78 were throwing the ball a lot better, and they still had that running game with Blyer and Harris. And in the passing game, you had Swan, Stallworth, Benny Cunningham, and Grossman at tight end. And of course, four-time Super Bowl champion quarterback, Terry Bradshaw. So it's the 14-2 Steelers versus the 11-5 Patriots. We've just witnessed an upset. Will we get another one? The Patriots will be red and white. Let's change their colors of the dice. So they will be red and white. Red and white. The Steelers will be black and yellow. We'll roll for the defense. And we're halfway home. 64 for the Patriots on defense. They had a pretty good defense. 64. They only give up a field goal. I believe Roy Girella might have still been kicking in 78. So they only give up a field goal. The Steelers of 78 only put up 3 points. Now we go to the Steel Curtain defense. That's a 16. And they shut out New England. So as good as the Patriots defense was, the Steelers match it and are better. They shut out the Patriots. The Patriots can put nothing up on the board. And memories of the Super Bowl of 1985 against the Bears are running through the Patriots' heads right now. They're down 3-0, but it's anybody's game. Patriots with a 407 total offense on their card and a 440 for the Steelers. So it's up for grabs, slightly favoring the Steelers. We go to the offensive roll. Who will advance and meet the Chargers of 1994? Will we see another upset? Patriots with a 45 on offense, a 45 on offense. That's a good result. 17 points. 2 Craig James touchdown runs and a Tony Franklin field goal. 17, not 14. That's a 45. 17 points. The Steelers, will they be upset or will they move on? 24 on offense for Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Rocky Blyer, John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, and company. 24 on offense. 14 points. We have a tie game, and we will go to overtime. It is 17-17. The Patriots will not go quietly into the night. We go to overtime. The higher result on the offensive roll will be the victor. So let's go with the overtime roll now. And let's put the overtime roll right here. Overtime roll. So 17-17. The overtime roll is not the points. It's just going to determine who wins. This is it. We go to sudden death overtime. Offensive roll for both teams. 17-17. 85 Patriots and the 78 Steelers. A 26 for the Patriots. 26 for the Patriots. 13. So that's 13. Do the Steelers match it or more? Or do we go to a double overtime? 31 for Pittsburgh. 10! The Patriots on a Tony Franklin field goal in overtime upset the 78 Steelers. And the 1985 Patriots, just like the Chargers who were crushed by the 49ers, find a road to redemption So the overtime roll, and let's actually move that down. Let's cut and paste. Cut and paste. So that's the overtime roll. And let's center these. So the Patriots win on a Tony Franklin. The barefooted kicker boots it through on a cold day in Pittsburgh. And the Patriots shall advance 20-17. That's a shocker. We've seen 2 upsets in a row. Let's just do a quick little formula. So we've seen 2 upsets here in bracket 3. (20-17). New England. So the Patriots advance as 2 Super Bowl champions. The Raiders of 1980 and the Steelers of 1978 have fallen. And the home team, oh wow, they're both 11-5. So we'll do a dice roll for that. Let's just do a copy paste. And we'll bring them over here. And we'll just stagger it because we have to determine who the home team will be. And let's do that right now, actually. So let's just... Patriots will have the red and white, and the Steelers' colors will be for the Chargers. The higher combined dice roll, actually, will go to the offense, and whoever has the most points will be the home team. Patriots with a 41. This is determined home field advantage here. A 41 for the Patriots. 41, 7 points. Against a 51 for the Chargers. 14. So the Chargers will be the home team. The Chargers will be the home team. They'll get the game in San Diego. As two Super Bowl runner-ups advance and will play one another in the round of 8 for bracket number 3. So the Raiders of 1980 are out, and the Steelers of 1978 are out. And shockers, in my opinion. So now we move to our third game in round 1 of bracket 3. The original Grognard's going to like this one. His beloved 1977 Denver Broncos, the Orange Crush, led by Craig Morton, and a tremendous defense, who were 12-2. They would lose the Super Bowl to the Cowboys, face the Washington Redskins of 1982 and Joe Theismann, the man with 1 bar on his helmet. Face mask, whatever you want to call it. 8-1 in the strike year. They would defeat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. The 1977 Broncos, per the rules, they get a +3. They get a +3. All right. So they'll start off 3-0. And that's per the rules. And I'll just, teams with point totals between 23 and 25, -3. 18 through 22 is a 0. 15 to 17, +3. And then if you have 12 to 14, a +6. Oh, we have our good friend Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. How goes football, my friend? And the Cubs, the Bears. Anthony says, hey, bro, just drop in a like and a hello before bed. Hope all is well. Same with you, Anthony. Thank you very much. The Cubs, the Bears says, fun little game, enjoyable tournament. Strange results, though. Not sure about their ratings. Well, I don't disagree with you, but it is a fun little game. Luck of the dice with a little bit of numbers involved, obviously. It is a fun little tournament. Brings up conversations. Our first bracket brought up, our first tournament, the North American tournament, brought up a lot of friendly but stern arguments in the chat, in the comments, which everyone, let's just all enjoy. But it's good to have your opinions. All right, so the Broncos will be yellow, orange, and blue. We don't have, do we have orange, though? Do we have orange? No, we don't. So they will be blue and white. The Broncos will be blue and white. I wish we did have orange. And the Redskins will be red and yellow. Redskins are the home team. They are the Super Bowl champs of 1982. So we will roll for defense. 16 for the Broncos. How much did the Diesel, John Riggins, and Joe Theismann and the rest of the offense get off the Denver Orange Crush defense? As 16 off the defense for the Denver Broncos. 16. 10 points. A John Riggins touchdown plunge and a Mark Mosley straight-ahead field goal. So the Redskins put up 10. And now the Redskins were no slouch on defense either. 182 compared to 168. 24 off the Redskins defense. What did Craig Morton and company do here? 24. 14! So Morton, 2 deep passes to Haven Moses, surprising the Redskins. 2 Jim Turner extra points, 14-10. We now roll for the offense and see who shall advance to the Elite 8 in Bracket 3. We already have 2 teams who are bracket champions in Bracket 1 and 2. Those videos are on the channel. You can check them out at your leisure. Here we go. We roll for the O, and someone must go. 33 for the Craig Morton-led offense of the Denver Broncos of 1977. A 33. 10 points. 10 points on the 33. We double-check we are correct. 27 because of that 3 points. This could be this. We could see a third upset here, folks. Joe Theismann and the Redskins of 82 have to come up huge on this 51. 51. They do not. They can only muster 10 more points, and that's not enough. They'll lose by 7. 27-20. This is the bracket of upsets, folks. Wow. So the Denver Broncos continue their road to redemption. I can hear the original Grognard cheering from the West Coast. Once again, the 1977 Broncos 27. The 1982 Washington Redskins 20. Holy poop. Another upset. So the Broncos will advance. Copy. And let's just put these guys here. Paste. So the Broncos advance. Who will face the Broncos? Well, we have another team that hopes to advance in an upset. Or we could have an all-Bronco Elite 8 matchup. We have the 1976 Minnesota Vikings. Vikings would lose 4 Super Bowls in their history, once with Joe Cap, 3 times with Fran Tarkenton. And this is a Fran Tarkenton-led team, 11-2-1. They would lose to the Oakland Raiders in 1976 in the Super Bowl. Against the Denver Broncos, John Elway finally wins a Super Bowl as the defense and the ground and pound of the Broncos defeated the Green Bay Packers in 1997. So the Vikings will be purple and purple. They're going to go double purple. The Broncos will be blue and white. We roll for defense. So on defense, Minnesota 238. They gave up. Again, how accurate that is, I've come across some discrepancies, especially the Packers from 1960. I don't think that card was right, and that was brought up by our good friend Alpine Comics. So I don't know how they came up with that total. But on this card, Minnesota 238 on defense, Denver 250 on offense, Minnesota 445, Denver 592. So Denver, if they keep it close on defense, which they probably can, will have a tremendous advantage on the offense in the second row. We roll for defense. Will the Purple Gang shut down Elway and that running game of Davis? And will the 1997 version of the Orange Crush do their job? 22 for the Vikings, 22, and they'll give up 10 points. A Davis touchdown run and a field goal. So the Broncos put up 10. And now the Vikings take a crack at the Denver defense of 1997. That's a 56. And the Broncos shut them out. Things are not looking good for Fran Tarkenton in the 76 Vikings as they get that queasy feeling all over again. Now we roll for the O. And Fran, the man Tarkenton, has to come up huge here with the likes of Chuck Foreman, Ahmad Rashad, and Sammy White. A 35 on offense for the Vikings, 35-14. So it's 14-10 right now. Now we'll take a look at what John Elway and the ground and pound Denver Broncos of 1997 have on a 45. 45. They crush the Vikings. They have a huge offensive effort, 28 points, as Elway and the ground and pound of Davis and company, and a very good offensive line with a lot of cut blocking, crush the Vikings, and the Vikings' misery in the big game continues, and Fran Tarkenton will find no solace on this day. The 1997 Vikings 38, the 1997 Broncos, 38, the 1976 Vikings 14. So the Broncos advance. Copy. And we're going to have an all-Bronco Elite 8 matchup, 77 versus 97, Morton versus Elway. So there you have it. Two more teams are set with their pairings. We will now move to our next matchup, and this is a traditional one. Cowboys versus the Redskins. The Redskins of 1983, 14-2, but were handled quite easily by the 83 Los Angeles Raiders and Marcus Allen. Against the Dallas Cowboys of 1993 and Troy Aikman, 12-4, who bludgeoned. Buffalo was 93. Yeah, 93. Buffalo was slightly closer in that game, but they lost, as Buffalo lost 4 straight Super Bowls. Giants, Redskins, Dallas twice, as they are all NFC East teams that defeated the Buffalo Bills. So the Redskins on defense, 342 compared to Dallas, 186. And then on offense, the Redskins, 623 to 488. So Dallas, again, wants a huge defensive effort here. And they had a quite good one in 1993. So the Redskins will be red and yellow for their dice. And let's switch that. Red and yellow. And Dallas will be white and white. We roll for the defense. We go to the 1983 Redskins card on defense, 62, a 62, and Dallas puts up 14 points. A Darrell Johnston 1-yard plunge and an Emmitt Smith 15-yard run. Extra points are good, so 14 points Dallas puts up on the Redskins defense. And the Redskins will now take their shot at the 93 Cowboys defense. That's a 51. So a 51, they can only get 7 points. Theismann to Monk. So it's 14-7. We roll for the offense and see who shall advance in bracket number 3 to the Elite 8. The offensive roll. Theismann against Aikman. Smith versus the Diesel, John Riggins. 14 for the Redskins on offense. 10 points. Will that be enough? A little Joe Washington flare pass and a Mark Mosley field goal. So it's 17. We rolled a 14 on the offense, and that's 10 points. So it's 17-14 right now. We will now take a look at Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and the Dallas offense. 63. Dallas scores 7 points, only 7 points, but it's enough. The Cowboys advance 21-17, and a slobber knocker here in Dallas. Blood, sweat, snot, and tears on this turf. but the 93 Cowboys prevail. How about them Cowboys, says the owner. And they advance to the Elite Eight in bracket 3, 21-17. So the Redskins fall to their hated enemies, the Dallas Cowboys. And let's go copy. And let's just put it in between because we don't know. Paste. We'll just move that right here. We don't know who's the home team yet for that. So who will face the 93 Cowboys? Well, folks, this is the matchup people have been craving for. The 1972 Dolphins, undefeated, 14-0. Led by Earl Morrall and Bob Greasy took back over. Running game of Zonka, Kick, and Mercury Morris. Paul Warfield, Don Shula, and the no-name defense taking on the 1993 Buffalo Bills, who lost to the Cowboys. Bills badly want to win this game, not only to beat one of their most hated rivals in the AFC East, but then they'll take on their nemesis in the Super Bowl, the Dallas Cowboys. Revenge is on their mind, and it's like the Doublemint twins, but they first have to get past the perfect 14-0 72 Dolphins. So can Jim Kelly, Marv Levy, Thurman Thomas, and a defense that was quite stout shut down the ground and pound of the Miami Dolphins of 72? The Buffalo Bills will be the red and blue, the blue and red dice. So they will be blue and red. The Dolphins will be aqua. You know what? We might go aqua and green. Let's just take a look at. No, I don't like that. They will be aqua and white. All right, so the Dolphins, aqua and white. Buffalo, blue and red. Buffalo on defense, 210, compared to the Dolphins, 212. That's an even matchup. But the Dolphins, with their ground and pound offense, 550. That's a lot of points for 14 games. Again, it's the guy has a formula. You can look it up and check it out yourself. Mike Seelock 2-minute drill. You can find it on Field of Dreams replay site. And Buffalo has a 378. We roll for defense. Both very stout. Buffalo 51. Let's see if they could shut down the ground and pound of Zonka, Kick, and Mercury Morris. A 51 on the Buffalo defense, and they do. The Dolphins can only muster a field goal from the diminutive Gerald Yepremian. Now we look at the Dolphins defense and what can Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, and company do on offense against the no-name defense. 62 for the Dolphins. A 62. A touchdown! A touchdown as Kelly hits Thurman Thomas out of the backfield. Extra point is good. So it's 7-3. We roll for the O. Someone will go forward and someone will stay home. Will the Dolphins' undefeated season come to an end on this roll? Tension here in Miami at the Orange Bowl. A 56 for Jim Kelly and company in the 93 Bills. 56 on offense. 56. 17 points. A good result. 24 points put up on the no-name defense. And now, Bob Greasy in relief of an ineffective Earl Morrall. It's a 33. What will it be? We shall see. 33. And they match the 17 points. But that's not going to be good enough. So Greasy comes off the bench for an ineffective Earl Morrall. Throws 2 touchdown passes to Paul Warfield. And a Gerald Yepremian field goal. But the Dolphins of 72 in a shocker fall to the 1993 Buffalo Bills. And Jim Kelly and Marv Levy's road to redemption continues. 24-20. This is the bracket of upsets, folks. So the 93 Bills at 12-4 put the only defeat on the Dolphins at 14-0. That Dolphin O just had to go. That was a battle cry for the Buffalo Bills of 1993. And now they'll face their Super Bowl nemesis, the Dallas Cowboys. Let's do a copy and a paste real quick. And the 93, this is a rematch of the Super Bowl of 1993. The Cowboys will be the home team. Oops, bring that over a little more. And bring Buffalo up. So another pairing is set for the Elite Eight in bracket number 3. As the 93 Buffalo Bills advance over the undefeated Dolphins of 72, 24-20. Another upset. And now we come down to our final 2 games in round 1, bracket 3. Another one of OG's favorite, the 1986 Denver Broncos, another Elway team. Could we see the 3rd Denver team move on, taking on the Steelers of 1975? Steelers 12-2. And this was a ground and pound team. Steelers would defeat the Cowboys. Cowboys were the first wild card team to make the Super Bowl, but they would lose, unlike the Raiders in '80, who would win. And this team was more run dominant with Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier. Against the 11-5 Denver Broncos, who twice defeated the Cleveland Browns in AFC Championship games to earn their way to the Super Bowl in that time period. Denver will be blue and white. Pittsburgh will be black and yellow. Who will advance to the Elite Eight of Bracket 3 in our Super Bowl tournament? Of the first 32 Super Bowl participants, 64 teams getting whittled down to 4. Our next stream when we do this will be bracket number 4, and then we'll have all of our final 4 teams complete. All right, so Denver's defense, 352 against 168 for the Steelers. Huge advantage for the 75 Steelers. Offense, you know what? With Elway, they put up a lot of points, 446, but not like the ground and pound of the 75 Steelers, 554. Steelers, big favorites here to shut down John Elway. We roll for defense. The 86 version of the Orange Crush, 43. Can they slow up Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier on the ground? We shall see. 43, they do. They hold the Steelers to 3 Roy Gerela field goals. That's 9 points for Gerela, the Gorillas Army. 9 points, 3 field goals. So the Steelers were able to drive, but were stymied in the red zone and had to settle for 3 times. 9-0. Now we look at the Steelers, 14 on defense, and it's only a carless field goal. So a battle of field goals on the defensive roles. And now we go to the offense. So it's 9-3, the 75 Steelers over the 86 Broncos. And remember, the Steelers 544 compared to 446. Advantage Pittsburgh. They gotta be feeling good about advancing here, the 75 Steelers. We roll for the O, and someone will have to go. Elway looking to mount a huge comeback here for the 86 Broncos and to put a big smile on our good friend the OG's face. 31 on offense. They won't. They have already lost. It's just academic. Only another carless field goal. 9-6, and we'll just finish the score out here. So Pittsburgh totally dominates Denver on defense. 23. So what will Bradshaw, Bleier, and Franco Harris and company get? 23, 16 more points. So the ground and pound of the 75 Steelers just wears down the 86 Broncos, 25-6. And a favorite, finally, another favorite moves through. So the 75 Steelers at 12-2. Let's go copy and paste. We'll move on. 10-6. Is that right? 10-6. So no matter who wins that game, the Steelers will have home field advantage. So we can set that up already. And paste. Slide that a little this way. So we await our last team for the Elite Eight. Once again, the Steelers wear down the Broncos after the defense rolled 9-3. The Broncos were hanging around, but the Steelers just wore them down with that running game. Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier, good offensive line, 25-6. Who will take on the 75 Steelers? Well, we'll find out. Will it be the 1970 runners-up, the Cowboys, led by Craig Morton? They would lose to Baltimore Colts on a Jim O'Brien last-second field goal. O'Brien actually missed, I think, 3 field goals in that game, but he made the one that counted, I guess. And all was forgiven. Or the 1988 San Francisco Giants, who at 10-6 won the Super Bowl over the Boomer Esiason-led Cincinnati Bengals. Second time the 49ers would defeat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Dallas are going to go with blue and white. They're going to go with blue and white. Normally white and white, but they're going to go with blue and white in this one. And San Francisco will be red and white for their dice. So blue and white takes on red and white. Dallas 1970 defense, 251. The 88 49ers, 294. Slight edge for the 70 Cowboys. Offense, you wouldn't expect this, but the 1970 Cowboys, 436 against a 429 of the 88 San Francisco 49ers. So this could be quite interesting. This is a toss-up game, in my opinion. Will Joe Montana defeat Craig Morton? We shall see. The Dallas Doomsday defense rolls 42. What can Montana do with a 42? 13 points. So Joe Montana leads the 49ers to 13 points. He hits Freddie Solomon on a slant. And then 2 Ray Wersching field goals. So it's 13 for the 88 49ers. And what can Craig Morton, Dan Reeves, Dwayne Thomas, and Walt Garrelson do here, along with Bullet Bob Hayes? 15 for the San Francisco defense. 15. One touchdown for the 70 Cowboys on the 15. 13-7. 49ers have to be feeling pretty good about their chances. They're up 6. Walt Garrison in from close. Extra point good by Clark. 13-7. Who will be the last team to advance to the Elite 8 in Bracket 3? We roll for the L. And as we like to say, someone will have to go. Craig Morton trying to mount a comeback here. A 42 on the Dallas offense. 42. 10 points. They will take a brief lead for the moment. 17-10. Now Joe Montana and Bill Walsh. 14. Well, the Cowboys' road to redemption ends here and now. 14 for the 49ers. 17 points. Montana throws touchdown passes to Clark and Solomon, a Ray Wersching field goal, and it's 30-17. So our final 2 teams that advance in Bracket 3 do it quite handily. You have the 88 49ers, 30-17 over, again, a playoff rival from eternity, the Cowboys. Many times they met in the early 70s, twice in fact, and then in the 80s, and then the 90s. And then you had the Steelers defeating the 86 Broncos 25-6. So it will be the 49ers traveling to Pittsburgh, Montana versus Bradshaw. Let's do a copy-paste. So the Elite 8 is set in Bracket 3. And let's just get, again, our first game in the Elite 8, 2 upsets. The Patriots defeated, the 85 Patriots defeated the 78 Steelers 13-10 in overtime on a Tony Franklin field goal. 20-17, excuse me. That was the overtime roll, 13-10. Thus a field goal victory. And prior to that, the San Diego Chargers of 1994 shocked the 1980 Raiders 19-13. So let's just set this up, and let's use this one. And copy. And paste. All right. Let's get rid of this as we do our little housekeeping here for a moment. And this is the 94 San Diego Chargers. Let's bring that this way. Oop, too far. Too far. Bring that back. So the Chargers will be blue and yellow. Patriots red and white. Actually, the Patriots would be red and white. Up top, my faux pas. The Chargers will be blue and yellow for the lightning bolts. Defense, 284 for the Patriots, 281 for the Chargers. That's an even Stevens matchup. And offense, slightly favored to the Chargers, 459 to 407. So the Patriots had a pretty good defense in 1985 along with the Chargers. So it's Tippett versus Sayal. We roll for the D. Patriots, it's a 12. What did the Chargers get off the 85 Patriots on the 12? Only a field goal. So once again, the Patriots on D do their job. The Chargers, a 44. Tony Eason at the helm. Can Craig James have a bust-out game, the running back? A 44 on the Charger defense. 44, no points. No points. Eerily, it is exactly the same as the Patriots and Steelers. But the Chargers hoping for a different result. So 3-0. 3-0, 94 Chargers over the 85 Patriots. Someone's road to redemption is going to end on the roll for the O. Patriots with an 11. They can only get one touchdown. Steve Grogan off the bench hits Len Dawson, the tight end, not the quarterback for the Chiefs. Extra point by Franklin's good. 7-3. It's a brief lead for the Patriots at the moment. 45 on offense for a Stan Humphrey-led team. And Natron Means, I believe, was the running back then. Or was it Butts? Could have been Marion Butts, actually. 45 for the Chargers of 1994. 45. One touchdown, but that one touchdown is enough. 10-7. So a big defensive slobber knocker in San Diego, and just like in 1963, except the Patriots were crushed, the Patriots lose in a big playoff game on the West Coast. 10-7, 94 Chargers over the 85 Patriots. The Chargers advance. Copy. And let's just paste that. So the Patriots gave it their all, but they would not be like Bogey and Bacall. We now move to our next Elite Eight matchup, the 1977 Broncos. It's an all-Bronco affair, so OG is going to be happy. It's going to be a Bronco team that advances. 20 years apart, 1977 versus 1997. Old man Craig Morton versus old man John Elway. Let's bring that up. And let's just bring the scoreboard over. Copy. Paste. Got the 77 Broncos all set. We go 97 Denver. That's all set. The 97 Broncos at 12-4 are the home team over the 12-2 77 Broncos. But it's at Mile High, so who's cheering for who? Someone, that's going to be quite unique here. And again, the 77 team starts off 3-0 on a Jim Turner field goal due to the rules. There's an adjustment for all teams from 1977. We roll for defense. Which Orange Crush defense will hold? We shall see. And we're going to go 77 will be white and white. And the 97 team will be blue and blue. We roll for defense. 77's Orange Crush, 36. What can John Elway do against the 36? 36. And the 77 defense stands stout. An aging Elway, trying to rely on the running game, doesn't put any points up. Davis is stymied. No points for the 97 squad. 35 for the 97 defense. What does Craig Morton and a plethora of running backs can do? 35. A touchdown. Once again, Craig Morton surprises a team, a long pass to Haven Moses, and they're almost to the promised land. They're up 10-0. 10-0. Elway needs to find a miracle in that arm. We roll for the O. Someone will have to go. A 36 for Craig Morton. Old man Morton. 36 for the 77 Denver Broncos. 36 on offense. 10 points. 20 points put up in total with the adjustment for the 77 Broncos. They are up 20-0. The Broncos roll a 21. They need 21 points. They do one touchdown better. That's a 28 on the 21 for offense. Oh, wait, let me... Yes, on offense. I looked at the defense number for a second. That's a 28. And out of nowhere, John Elway turns back the hands of time. The running game was stymied. Elway throwing the ball all over again like he was back in Stanford. The 1997 Broncos and John Elway will advance as they come back. A great comeback, 28-20 over the 1977 Broncos led by Craig Morton. So Dan Reeves and the 97 Broncos advance 28-20. At 12-4, they will be the home team against the 94 Chargers. Let's do a copy and a paste. As we have one Final Four matchup in Bracket 3. They've all been very good games here, folks. And let's just do this real quick. We'll just do it from here. Copy. Paste. And copy. Paste. Oops. That didn't work. Copy. Paste. There we go. So the 97 Broncos defeat the 77 Broncos 28-20. Our next matchup, who will advance to the Final Four? A rematch of Super Bowl 93. We have the 93 Buffalo Bills taking on the 93 Dallas Cowboys, their nemesis. The Cowboys would defeat the Bills in 92 and 93. And now they want revenge. So it's Kelly and Levy taking on Aikman, Smith, Irving and company. Buffalo 210 on defense, Dallas 186. 387 for the Bills on offense, Dallas 488. Advantage Dallas. Will history repeat itself? We shall see. Buffalo is going to be on the dice blue and red. Dallas will be white and white. We roll on defense. Will there be a reversal of fortunes from what actually happened in 1993? We shall see. Buffalo, defense, 64. What do they give up to the 93 Cowboys? 64 on defense. Not good. 2 touchdowns. So Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Moose Johnson and company find a way. They put up 14 points. Aikman to Irving and an Emmitt Smith 25-yard run. Extra points both good. 14-0. Can Buffalo match that against the Dallas defense? It's a 65 on the Dallas defense. 65. 65. No. But they do cut the lead in half. As Kelly goes, I believe the tight end at the time was Pete Metzelaars for the touchdown. Scott Norwood, extra point good. 14-7. It's anyone's ball game here. Who advances to the Final Four in Bracket 3 on the road to the true Final Four? Remember, Brackets 1 and 2 are complete. Those videos are up on the channel now. Here we go. We roll for the O, and as like we like to say, someone will have to go. Offense for Buffalo. 41. 41 for Jim Kelly. Thurman Thomas. I want to say James Lofton was on that team by then. Andre Reed. 41 on offense. 41. 10 points. I don't think that's going to be enough. It's a brief lead right now, 17-14. Are we going to hear from the owner? How about them Cowboys? 56 for Troy Aikman and the Dallas offense. 56. Once again, Dallas stymies the Buffalo Bills. 31-17. Dallas puts up 17 points on offense. Aikman is able to figure out the Buffalo defense once again. 31-17. That's eerily similar to, I believe, the second Super Bowl score. The first time they got crushed, but the second one they were slightly closer. 31-17. Dallas advances in Bracket 3 to the Final Four. The 93 Cowboys move forward. Will we get the 93 Cowboys against the 75 Steelers? I think fans want to see that. Or will Steve Young get another crack at the Cowboys? He's already defeated one Cowboy team. Do a copy-paste. And we'll just put Dallas here for now. 12-4 against 12-2. So Pittsburgh would get the home game on 2 less losses. I know they played 2 less games, but that's the way we're doing it. All right, so now you have the 88. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Joe Montana. I'm sorry, the 88 San Francisco 49ers at 10-6. So 88, will they be a San Francisco treat and gobbled up by the Pittsburgh Steelers? We shall see. Against the 75 Steelers, the Steel Curtain and ground and pound with Rocky Bleier and Franco Harris. The last ticket to be punched to the Final Four of Bracket 3. Here we go. Someone's will have to go. You lose, you're out. That's the brutality of these tournaments. Pittsburgh, the 88 49ers with Montana and Bill Walsh at quarterback will be red and white for their dice rolls. The Steelers will be black and yellow. West Coast offense meets ground and pound. San Francisco, Pittsburgh. We roll for defense. 13. San Francisco rolls a 13 on defense. And they stymie the rushing attack of the 75 Steelers. Harris and Bleier just can't get things going. Again, 294 with 168, but a bad roll of a 13. If you're a Steelers fan, that's only a Roy Gerela field goal on a 13. Will a Steel Curtain shut down Montana and company? 52 for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. 52. And they only allow a Ray Wersching field goal. 3-3. What shall it be? We shall see on the offensive dice roll coming up in these next moments. On offense, the 88 49ers, 429. The 75 Steelers, 544. We have a 3-3 ball game. Who shall advance to face the 93 Cowboys? We roll for the O, and someone must go. 66 for the 49ers. And as good as that number sounds, it's only 10 points for the 88 49ers. 13-3 before we look at the Steelers' roll. And how ironic, a 66 versus an 11. But the 11 is much better. 17 points for the 75 Steelers. They win 20-13, a touchdown over the 88 49ers and Joe Montana. Terry Bradshaw throws a touchdown pass to Rocky Bleier on the circle route out of the backfield. 20-13. That is the game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter. Bleier from Bradshaw. And we will get the Cowboys versus the Steelers in our semifinal matchups, the final four. Let's do a copy and a paste. So here we go, folks. And let's bring that over. 3 more games to see who will be the Bracket 3 champion and who will advance to the overall Final Four of the tournament. Brackets 1 and 2 have been complete. We have the 94 Chargers upsetting their way to these semifinal games at 11-5. They beat the 80 Raiders and the 85 Patriots, taking on John Elway and the 97 Broncos. So 2 runners-up going there, 12-4 versus 11-5. And then we have 2 Super Bowl champions in our second Bracket 3 semifinal. The 93 Cowboys, who won the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills, 12-4, take on the 75 Steelers at 12-2, who defeated the Cowboys in 1975. So, will the Cowboys get revenge for their brethren? Let's do the scoreboards. Let's do a copy and a paste as we prepare for these semifinal matchups. Crowds are excited here. So we have the 94 Chargers and the 97 Broncos. That's all set there. And again, there's no adjustment for these teams. So that's going to be 0. Delete those. And then, in our second semifinal matchup of Bracket 3, 93 Dallas Cowboys taking on 75 Pittsburgh Steelers. And there is no adjustment. All right, here we go. San Diego will be blue and yellow for their dice. Blue and yellow. It has fared them quite well. And the Broncos are going to go with blue and white. We roll for defense. San Diego is 65. And these are 2 heated AFC West rivals. So a 65 on the 94 San Diego defense led by Junior Seau. So 65 on defense. 10 points. So the ground and pound of Denver and the running back Davis, they get 10 points. Now for the 97 Bronco defense. What can the Charger offense led by Stan Humphries under center get? 46. 46. They're shut out. Not bowling well. 10-0. Denver 1 roll away from the Bracket 3 finals. Can Elway do it again? We roll for the O. Someone must go. Chargers. Humphries. 45. 45 on offense for the 94 Chargers. Well, folks, it's academic. They have lost. They can only muster 1 touchdown in garbage time. 33 for John Elway and the 97 Broncos. 33. 20. Nope, I'm sorry. 7 points. 33. A 32 would have been 21 points. But 7 points is enough. They will defeat the 97 Broncos advance. So John Elway will advance to the bracket finals as he defeats Stan Humphrey in the 94 Chargers 17-7. And no matter what, they will be the visiting team as they are a runner-up in the Super Bowl. No, they won the Super Bowl. Excuse me. I made a faux pas. So used to thinking that they lost. They beat the Packers, denying the Packers back-to-back Super Bowl victories. The Packers defeated the Patriots in 96, but would lose to the Broncos in 97. So let's just do a copy and paste for now. 12-4. Will they face the 93 Cowboys or the Pittsburgh Steelers of 75? The Cowboys are going to go with all white dice. White and white. Pittsburgh, black and yellow. Black and yellow. Who will advance to meet the 97 Broncos? Oops. Why did that freak out that way? Something did not go right here. Let's go back here. Save. There we go. All right. Technical difficulties averted. And here we go. The defensive role for both teams. Cowboys, Steelers. The roll. 93 Cowboys. 23. A 23. What can... 23! The 93 Cowboys shut down the ground and pound of the 75 Steelers. There are no holes or openings for Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier, and no time for a young Terry Bradshaw to get any accurate passing off. 0 points for the Steelers. Pittsburgh's Steel Curtain defense has to come up huge. A 51. They give up 10 points. A good effort, but not good enough. An Emmitt Smith touchdown run and a field goal, and it's 10-0. Dallas is halfway home to the Bracket 3 championship game against the 97 Broncos. Dallas, 488 on offense. Pittsburgh, 544. We roll for the O. Someone will go. Dallas, a 41. Well, the Steeler defense once again comes up stout. Aikman hits Irving on a slant to start off the second half. A long touchdown, but that's all they can muster. Will it be like General Custard for the Cowboys? 17-0 right now. The Steelers need a huge offensive result on this 26. 26. 21! The Pittsburgh Steelers, once again, Terry Bradshaw provides the comeback as he takes from the jaws of defeat, brings it back to victory. So Terry Bradshaw, with the running game shut down, throws 3 touchdown passes, and the unheralded youngster from Louisiana leads Pittsburgh to the Bracket 3 championship game and a possible trip to the overall Final Four in this tournament. The 75 Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the 93 Cowboys 21-17. Ground and pound was shut down, but that strong Louisiana arm of Terry Bradshaw throws 3 touchdown passes. 21-17. Pittsburgh will get the home game. As again, Denver has 2 more losses. I know they played 2 more games, but that's just the way we've been doing it. Copy. Paste. We come to the Bracket 3 finals. And let's move this over. Oops, too far over, Al. And now, set up the scoreboard. we will get our third Final Four team for the tournament. Again, brackets 1 and 2 were completed in one night. We're only going to do bracket 3 tonight and bracket 4 in the near future. Copy. Paste. Tense moments here in Pittsburgh. The terrible towels waving. You have the 97 Broncos, led by John Elway, old man John Elway, taking on a very young Terry Bradshaw and a very young and upcoming Pittsburgh Steelers team. Steelers who would win back-to-back Super Bowls in 74 and 75 those seasons. The Broncos win Super Bowls in 97 and 98. We prepare to see what will go down here in our championship game in bracket 3. The party atmosphere is done. The party atmosphere is done. Now we get down to business. The Broncos will be, for their dice, blue and white, and they hope it will be very, very nice. Steelers, black and yellow. Bradshaw, Elway, Davis, Harris, Blyer, and company. The more modern version of the Orange Crush, 250 on defense for the Broncos compared to a 168. This was a tremendous steel curtain defense. On offense for the Broncos of 97, 592. How do you do? For the Steelers, 544. Say no more. And now we shall roll for the defense. Denver, 32. What will Bradshaw and company do? 32 for the Broncos. Will their defense stand tall? Not tall enough. This is the best effort by the Pittsburgh Steelers against a defense so far in this tournament. 14 points. They get their running game rolling. Franco Harris with 2 touchdown runs. 14-0 Steelers. We now look at their steel curtain defense. That's a 43. What will it be? We shall see. 43. 7 points. A Terrell Davis touchdown run for the 97 Broncos. So a lot of ground and pound. That's what both of these teams were known for. 14-7, we go to the offense. Steelers 544, Broncos 592. Who will take the bracket 3 championship? Who will advance to the Final Four in the overall tournament? 2 teams have already advanced in brackets 1 and 2, and those are up on the channel right now for your viewing pleasure. Here we go. The roll for the O. Someone must go. The Broncos with John Elway at the helm, leading their offense. It's a 44. Will it close the door? 44. 2 more touchdowns for the 97 Broncos. Elway, scrambling like a madman, heaves up 2 long passes, burning the steel curtain. Mel Blount just cannot believe it. 21-14. The Steelers need 7 to tie and just 1 more point to win the bracket 3 championship. They rolled a 64, the 75 Steelers. 64. Folks, a 64 in the closing moments. Terry Bradshaw does it once again, this time hitting Franco Harris out of the backfield. Harris breaks 2 tackles and then dives into the end zone. Roy Girella makes the extra point. We are going to overtime. So on the 64, the Steelers 7 points, 1 touchdown. It is 21-21. We go to sudden death dice roll. Who will win bracket 3? These have been incredible games, folks. Incredible games. As Drinks and Knows Things has joined us now. Check out that wonderful channel. Big Game of Thrones fan and much, much more. We go to one final roll. It could be more, but one final roll. This is the overtime roll. Thus, that's what we're typing. We roll on the offense for both cards. The higher number wins. It's quite easy. If it's more than 10 points, if it's 10 and more points, it's a touchdown victory. Anything under than that, it's a field goal victory. So you just need the higher point total on your offensive roll result. Tense moments here. Steelers fans waving their terrible towels, praying to the football gods, praying for victory. But John Elway, old man John Elway, 1997 John Elway, wants one more crack at a championship. We roll for the O. Someone's got to go. The Broncos are 24. 14. That's not the points they scored. It's just the result. 14. We'll center that. The Steelers need at least a 14 to continue on with overtime. They roll a 52. How do you do? A 52 will not get it done. It is a field goal victory in overtime for the 97 Broncos. Old man John Elway will get one more crack at a championship. So, let's do cut and paste here. I need to go down a little farther. Cut. Paste. There we go. 3 point, a field goal. And there you have it, folks. The bracket 3 champion, the 97 Denver Broncos. And if that was not one of the teams I thought would come out of this, they had a heck of a run, and they beat a lot of good teams to get there. So we have our bracket 3 champions, the 1997 Denver Broncos. In overtime, they win 24-21. And let's just get that formula set up. Let's do this across. And there you have it. 3 brackets down, 1 more to complete. The 97 Broncos in overtime defeat the 75 Steelers after Terry Bradshaw to Franco Harris. What a mad dash to the end zone for Franco. With only seconds left in the game, he breaks 2 tackles and does the Nestea plunge. Well, not backwards, but he plunges in on a dive. And there you have it. 24-21. The Denver Broncos are bracket 3 champions. So they advance. We have 3 teams all set for the Final Four. I'm not going to tell you the other 2 if you'd like to check it out. And that was a lot of fun. I'd like to say thank you to Drinks and Nose Things, the Cubs, the Bears, and Bleacher Bums Gaming. Remember, check out Bleacher Bums Gaming. That's Anthony, our good friend, the creator of Glory Days Boxing, which we'll be bringing back to the channel very soon from its hiatus. And Anthony's working on his middleweight card set. I can't wait to get a hold of that. And the Cubs, the Bears, always a good friend to all in the community. And, of course, Drinks and Nose Things, a big, big Game of Thrones fan. And much more. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, bracket 3 champions, the 1997 Denver Broncos. Who would have thunk it? And again, this tournament, 64 teams, all the Super Bowl participants from the first 32 Super Bowls, the winners and the runners-up. So 3 tickets have been punched to the Final Four of the tournament. We have a bracket 1 champion. We have a bracket 2 champion. And as we just witnessed, we have a bracket 3 champion, the 1997 Denver Broncos. Till next time, health and happiness. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!